Hello, welcome aboard this Hallberg-Rassy 36. Her name is Skylla. She was built and commissioned in 1999. She's currently lying ashore here at Hamble Point Marina, where Transworld Yachts is based. We're the UK dealers for Hallberg-Rassy. This boat has been used for liveaboard style cruising for the past 8+ years. The owners picked her up in the UK from Transworld Yachts. They've sailed around down from the UK down to the Med, and now they're back again. What we love about this boat, it's got a really good power generation package that you've just seen a bit of. We'll look again later on in the video in more detail. The 36 is a great size. It's a really budget-friendly blue water cruiser, very capable boat. And Skylla is a good example. She's got nice canvas here that protects the centre cockpit. The centre cockpit design, it means the helmsperson has the main sheet right behind them here. And then also you've got these primary winches each side of the wheel, which can also be used to handle the head sail, which is on a furler. We'll see in a moment. The mainsail, which was new in 2012, is fully battened from Sanders Sails, which is a sail maker in Lymington on the south coast here. She's got 3 reefs, so you've got the extra deep reef, and being slab reefed has a very robust design. Coming forward to the mast is easy. You've got wide side decks here, you've got grab rails to hold on to, and so coming up here to work on the mainsail is not an expedition at all. Very readily done. Up the rig, we've got 2 spreaders. The standing rigging was renewed in 2012. At the top there is an isolator. You can see that she has the insulated backstay for the SSB radar reflector there as well. Coming down, there is 2 spinnaker poles that are stowed at the mast of Skylla, which gives you a lot of versatility when you're sailing the boat, or even tradewind sailing the boat. They're more than capable of going across the Atlantic. On the foredeck, we have a large hatch which is opening, gives plenty of light and air to the forward cabin. A anchor windlass, which can be controlled from the cockpit remotely. This handles the chain, which is relatively new, and the anchor. You've got 2 bow rollers there, as you can see, and a fitting just aft on the deck. Now that's for the removable inner forestay, so she can be rigged not as a cutter, but it allows you to rig a staysail in bad weather. They've installed a Samson post type fitting here on the front. This is again good for your mooring balls, or even a tow if things got really bad. The ventilation here as well. Just looking back at the boat, you can see the 2 spinnaker poles are on the mast there. Note that there are 3 lower shrouds on the rig of the Hallberg-Rassy 36. Again, a really strong arrangement for this boat. They really are go anywhere. Nice condition of the gel coat and paint around the cockpit, coaming. The windscreen, which is a hallmark of the Hallberg-Rassy brand, has an opening center section for ventilation and integrated handles on each side. So again, coming in and out the cockpit is really easy. If we come back down to the aft of the boat, we can see underneath this deck here is the aft cabin, which we'll see in more details. Lots of opening hatches there. You have stowage, and on this stainless steel frame on the back here we have a 110 watt solar panel and also an Aerofoil wind generator, which did have new blades in 2019. On the starboard side, you'll see that they have all the antennas and the radar. This keeps the center of gravity low, and also is really good if you need to do any maintenance or repairs on the radar itself. There is a swim platform on the 36 back here, which is accessed via these 2 steps. There's a stainless steel swimming ladder, and of course, being a Med-based boat, she does have a hot-cold shower back there as well. Looking at the cockpit, you can see the autopilot is right on the pedestal here. This big pedestal on the 36 was a really welcome improvement when they introduced it. It does lend itself very well to new instruments or modern chart plotters. You've got a table here which 4 people can sit around for drinks. Moving further inside, we have the usual suspects of depth, wind and speed over the companionway. There is a few other tricks here. We got connections for a VHF command mic, and a large Garmin GPS 4.1 12-inch screen there, which can be read from the steering position. The boat does have AIS as well. There are cockpit speakers for the stereo, self-draining cockpit, a large cockpit locker in the camera here underneath this seat, and the washboard, as you can see, comes away in 2 pieces. This is great for heavy weather sailing as well, should you get any water into the cockpit. So down below on the 36, we come down these 4 companionway steps, and on the starboard side you immediately have the U-shaped galley, which Hallberg-Rassy have so successfully installed in many of their boats. A double stainless steel sink, you've got hot and cold fresh water here. There's a manual foot pump down here, which will pump fresh water from the tanks if you have a battery failure. There's also a seawater, saltwater pump as well, to reduce your water usage, washing up, etc. 2-burner cooker with a grill, very useful. Large fridge space, there's a small freezer section in there, that's 12 volts, runs off the batteries. Hallberg-Rassy have this lovely idea of a chopping board which comes out and is easily stowed away when it's not in use. So plenty of storage above the cooker. There's LED lighting throughout on this boat, reading lamps here over the seating settee on the starboard side, stowage below on the starboard side as well. In the middle of the saloon we have a table which stretches from the port to the starboard. It's great for entertaining. You probably have about 8 people sat around here. This is the main bulkhead, and you can see the mast support there as well. Coming forward past the mast support, you've got a large hanging locker on the outboard side. That is opposite the door to the head compartment, which is very nicely arranged. You've got a holding tank in the locker here, which is in stainless steel, gravity tank, general manual toilet, and a shower grating here which pumps your shower water over the side. Little sink with hot and cold water and a mirror. Coming forward, there is a V-berth. There's an insert that goes in here to make it into a very comfortable bed for 2. You've got storage all around, a large opening hatch that we saw on deck. In the forward locker here we have the anchor windlass motor cozied away. Underneath here is some load of stowage underneath this bunk. I'll just show you the view back aft. You've got power points all around this boat. 220 volts, she's got shore power as well. Runs the battery chargers and the hot water tank. This is the view to the secondary bulkhead. Chart table on the port side, which we haven't looked at yet. You can see these half bulkheads here with the grab rails, the holds, and these make moving around the boat really easy as well. Forward facing chart table, we've got red lights for when you're navigating at sea. There's a Faruna radar display there as well. Battery monitor. And your 12 volt distribution panel. As you can see, she comes with over half tank of fuel. There's your VHF, SSB as well. There's a weatherfax there, and the walk through to the arc cabin comes past 2 further hanging lockers, and the usual 2+1 arrangement on the 36 gives you a double bed for when you're cruising, and when you're on passage you get an extra sea berth. This arrangement does make this cabin more versatile. You can have 2 crew members sleeping in here regardless if they are related to each other or used to sharing a bed. I'll just show you all the opening hatches that this cabin has, all with curtains. The batteries and the steering gear are obviously under this berth as well. Further power outlets, and she's carpeted throughout. On the inboard side, the walk-through, behind these lovely wooden doors with thick insulation, we have the engine. This is a Volvo Penta, about 55 horsepower. As you can see, it's really well maintained. It's been kept very clean. She had a cam belt change this year, 2019. Water pump looks quite new. All the filters and services have been done as you'd expect. Looking back here, you can see the stern gland with the shaft. On the end of there is a Brunton 3-blade folding prop and an Ambassador rope cutter. All essential equipment for the discerning blue water cruiser. The red pipes are the cockpit drains that drains the centerline cockpit. You've got a hot water tank there, 40 litres. The red is the freshwater accumulator. We have a 220 volt distribution panel here, much like you might see at home. This is for your sockets, again the hot water and the charger. That's the Sterling charger, 40 amp charger. We have all sound and heat insulated. You've got a copper pump with a red handle there, which pumps out fuel from the bottom of the fuel tank. She has 345 litres of fuel in 2 tanks, stainless steel, of course, and 355 litres of water, which is a good starting point if you want to do any of the cruising which Skylla is set up for. All the details of the boat are on our website, and we look forward to hearing from you soon.